Today we are continuing with the reading of Saints of Vraja. We are reading actually about Sri Jagannatha Babaji. So last time we started with the story. So he was one of the Siddha saints who lived a very long life, allegedly 147 years. So a really long life. And when he was 125, even there are some photos on the internet or paintings that can be found from that time. So today we will continue with the story from the page 74. From the third part, it's saying, the Siddha saints sometimes perform miracles, even without knowing or willing. If you give me 1 second just to close the door because so much noise from outside. So the Siddha saints sometimes perform miracles even without knowing or willing. In the state of bhava or ecstasy, brought about by stimulation of the sentiment of divine love, miracles happen automatically. Because in that state, the saint is in tune with the Lord, the infinite source of inconceivable power or energy, or achintya shakti, that transcends the laws of nature or science. This happened in the case of Baba on numerous occasions. Once a Kirtana party passed by the side of his cottage in Navadvip. On hearing the Kirtana, Baba asked Bihari to take him near the party. Bihari was his servant who was taking him everywhere because he couldn't walk. So Bihari at once lifted him on his shoulders and took him there. Baba laid himself prostrate before the party in obeisance. Soon after, the Kirtana song filled him with such ecstasy that he stood up and began to sing and dance with the party. He was no more the bent-up old man who had to be carried by Bihari on his shoulders. He was walking along with the party and singing and dancing with them. As he sang and danced, he leaped 2 or 3 feet above the ground in ecstasy, and sometimes fell unconscious on the road. Since the road was under repairs and scattered with small pieces of stone all over, the fall bruised his body, but he was absolutely unaware of it. When he thus fell unconscious, the devotees sang kirtan close to his ears. Then he regained consciousness and again started walking, singing, and dancing as if nothing had happened. Bhava is contagious. Baba's bhava touched the hearts of the members of the party like electric current, and they were also lost in ecstasy. Their movement, therefore, became slow. They took 6 hours to cover the distance from Baba's cottage to the banyan tree in Ranighat, where they stopped. Baba was all the time walking with them and dancing and jumping in a state of trance. So this is beautiful, that actually how bhava is contagious. So that's why we should always associate with pure devotees, with devotees who have bhava, so that we at least catch some drop of that bhava. And then that bhava can multiply in us more and more. So Baba had practiced a long course of sadhana to attain this state. He always had stoic apathy to the world and was completely free from attachment. He would not even touch money. Once Bihari was carrying him somewhere on his shoulders. A rich man offered him a rupee. Baba asked Bihari to put it in his pocket. After Bihari had gone about a mile, Baba asked him to turn back and go back to the house of the man who had offered the rupee. On reaching there, he called the man and said, "Please take back your rupee. I'm told you have thousands of rupees. I could not bear the bite of a single rupee. I wonder how you bear the bite of so many rupees." The rupee was with Bihari, but it was biting Baba, because he had touched it mentally by asking him to keep it. Baba lived like an ascetic. His diet was strictly regulated. During the 4 months of the rainy season, he took in the first month only 4 bananas in the evening. In the second month, guavas. In the third month, whey. And in the 4th month, boiled banana flowers without salt. Baba once went to Hrishikesh for mantra purascharana. Mantra purascharana is continuous repetition of a mantra for a specific period under specified rules and regulations with the object of attaining a particular end. So he went to Hrishikesh for mantra purascharana. Bihari went with him. During purascharana, he got up at 3 a.m., took his bath, closed the door of his room, and sat down for japa till the evening. Throughout this period, he observed silence and did not eat or drink anything. If he had to go for urination, or even if he passed wind, he stopped japa and bathed before resuming it. In the evening, he took havishyana, or boiled rice with ghee. After 2 months, one day he saw a tree laden with too many fruits. He was excited and said to Bihari, Bihari, look, how many fruits on this tree. This broke his silence, and he had to restart Purascharana from the beginning. Oh my God. After 3 months, he had the darshana of Gauranitai. This is how he became Siddha. He used to say that if one wants to see Gauranga Mahaprabhu or Sri Krishna in this life, he should do Purascharana. Siddha saints are self-willed and fearless. They live in a world of their own and do what they like, caring little for what others will say. Once, when Baba was in Vrindavana, he asked a sweeper to give him a roti to eat. Who doesn't know, roti is like flour cake baked at home. So roti, like bread. Bihari was watching this with disbelief. He said, "What have you done, Baba? Society will treat you as an outcast. It will be difficult for you to stay in Vrindavana." Sorry, I skipped one sentence. So the sweeper could not disobey a saint like Baba. Reluctantly, he gave a roti to him and he ate it. So the roti from sweeper, street cleaner. Bihari was watching this with dismay. He said, "What have you done, Baba? Society will treat you as an outcast. It will be difficult for you to stay in Vrindavana." But Baba only smiled. News spread like wildfire throughout Vrindavana that Baba had eaten a sweeper's roti. Like in any village, gossip goes quickly around. Soon came Nilamani Goswami, Radhika Nath Goswami, Gaur Shiromani, Gaur Sundar Roy, and other dignitaries of Vrindavana in a delegation. Baba asked Bihari to give them an asana, to sit. They seated themselves, but kept looking at each other for some time. For no one could muster courage to say anything. Baba said, "I know why you have come. Why not speak out your mind?" Then they said in a submissive tone, "Baba, you are the crest jewel of the entire Vraja. If anyone says anything against you, we feel very much hurt. Now everybody is talking against you. Some say Baba has gone mad. Others say, if Baba defies the age-old traditions, what will happen to society?" Baba replied, "You are all learned people. Do you not know the importance of the Raja or dust of Vrindavana? It is so charged with Krishna Prema that even Brahma longs to be a particle of it. Is not the sweeper of Vrindavana, who serves the Raja and rolls and bathes in it incessantly, therefore purer than anyone else?" No one could say anything further. Baba was self-willed to such an extent that at times he treated even the deities he worshipped as he liked. Once he was living in Suryakund in Vraja. The people of Suryakund had made a cottage for him. But Baba wanted to serve Gauranitai, so they also made a temple for the deities. Bihari brought two beautiful deities of Gauranitai from Bengal. They were duly installed in the temple. The deities were made of brass and glittered like gold. One night, some robbers came while Baba was doing bhajana. They said, "Baba, we are robbers. You must give us all that you possess." The Baba said, "What do I possess? I'm only a servant. The masters are in the temple. You go to them." So the robbers entered the temple. They were overjoyed to see the deities. They thought the deities were made of gold. So they wrapped them in a blanket and wanted to run away. But the chief of the robbers, who was carrying the deities, struck against the top frame of the door and fell down along with the deities. Thinking that to be an ill omen, the robbers left the deities and ran away. Next morning, Baba asked Bihari to give away the deities to someone in Vrindavana. Bihari took the deities to Vrindavana and gave them to one Ma Goswamini of Gayesapur. At present, the deities are installed in a temple in Gopal Bagh in Vrindavana. They are known as Sonar or Golden Gauranga and Nitai. After some time, Baba again said to Bihari, "Bihari, I do not feel happy without a deity. Get me a deity of Mahaprabhu from somewhere." Bihari brought an image of six-armed Mahaprabhu from Dinu Babaji, a Manipuri Vaishnava who lived in the village Mukara near Radhakund. The deity was duly installed and worshipped by Baba for 10 years. After 10 years, he said to Bihari, "Go and give the deity to someone in Vrindavana." Bihari gave the deity to Baba Nityananda Dasji of Gopal Guru Math in Vrindavana. At present, that deity is being worshipped in a temple in the lane adjacent to the boundary wall of Nidhuvan in Vrindavana. So if somebody remembers, he wants to go to see these deities that we are talking about, so just remember or check in the book where they are today. It is difficult to say why Baba twice brought the deities and sent them away. Did he not commit an aparad or offense by doing so? It is not proper to judge the behavior of a Siddha saint by ordinary canons of behavior, for they are above all rules and regulations laid down in the scriptures for ordinary devotees. The loving intimacy that develops between him and the deity he worships does not countenance any rules and regulations. In the game of love that goes on between the two, So in the game of love that goes on between the two, both are free to behave as they choose. Both play hide and seek with each other. Perhaps the two episodes narrated above are examples of hide and seek that was going on between the deities and Baba. So this is beautiful. This reminds me of one situation. This was this Mahabhava got from one devotee his deities to repaint them. So deities looked like completely, unbelievably like that devotee. So she couldn't paint them like for almost 1 year. Somehow she couldn't. And then one day she painted them and they totally changed appearance. And she was wondering why now they are looking totally differently. And that devotee came. So he came for the deities and he said, oh, I already got new deities and these deities are going to some other Vaishnav lady. And then Mahabhava understood, probably that's why they changed appearance. And when she saw that lady, those deities looked like that lady. It is incredible. So she also have, Mahabhava is doing this project of collecting photos of devotees and their deities. And it's amazing how they look alike. So this is that when we are talking that each of us have our own Ishtadev. They are our own Radha and Krishna, and this is so beautiful. And here I was saying there are no rules and regulations because especially in Siddha Deha, it's happening. It's different leelas playing out because they are our like family, our own. So this is beautiful how this was explained here. And but continuing now, or perhaps the deities had done something to incur the displeasure of Baba. Examples are not lacking of the devotee's chastisement of the deity for his misdeed. Who was listening from Saints of Bengal, we had stories there where when something happened, he said, oh, yeah, it's your fault. You need to bring, for example, Nitai Gaur, thieves stole the pots of the deities and they had to bring back the pots. They had to take care of their own pots. So examples are not lacking of the devotee's chastisement of the deity for his misdeeds. Yashoda's chastisement of the child Krishna is very well known. The stories of chastisement of the deity by other devotees are also not uncommon. For instance, Vamshidas Baba of Navadvip, this actually what I was just mentioning, took his deities Gaura Nitai to task for what he considered to be their role in the theft of the two pots, in which he used to cook for them separately. Remember this story, and actually this story is now in the continuance of this. So he said to them in anger, you connived, you worked with the thieves because the theft was committed in your presence. How could the thieves steal without your permission? You must, therefore, suffer for your misdeed. You will not get anything to eat until the pots are brought back. So both Gaura and Nitai had to go without food that day. Baba also had to go without food because he ate only the prasad of Gaur Nitai. Next day, Nitai felt very much disturbed, perhaps not so much because he had to remain hungry, but because he could not see Baba remaining hungry on account of him. Perhaps Nitai's disturbance brought about a similar disturbance in the mind of the thief, in whose share had fallen the pot in which Nitai's food used to be cooked. He quietly came with the pot and kept it and put it in Baba's cottage. Vamshidas said to Gaura, "This is Nitai's pot. So he will get his food today, but not you. If you want to eat, you must also bring your pot back." Baba would always do what he said. So he cooked for Nitai and gave him to eat. While Nitai was eating, Gaura was simply watching with a long face. How long could Gaura tolerate this? Ultimately, by his wishing or prompting, the second thief also brought back the second pot. Vamshidas Baba then cooked for Gaura as well. So it may be that Jagannatha's Baba had ousted Gaur Nitai from his temple because he thought they had invited the robbers and created disturbance in his bhajana. But what offense had the six-armed Mahaprabhu committed to deserve his ousting? Baba alone knows. The ways of the saints who have realized the Lord are no less inscrutable than the ways of the Lord himself. This is so much interesting, because whatever happens for the reason, and those who receive those deities probably receive them. We have after stories about them, but they received them when they needed them. I mean, every one of us have different stories or situations that happened where we saw this, that something we said, something we did, was something that other devotee needed at that moment. Like one time, Mahababa and me came to Hungary, and because we had arrangement with Govinda's restaurant there, that our Giriraj can eat in the restaurant. So he said, next time when we come, that we tell him. And we were on the train, and just I got the feeling, let's send him a message. But I got the feeling how the message should be written. So I said to Mahababa, write him, because he's Hungarian, so she knows Hungarian, to write him, your friend has come and he is very hungry. Just this. And of course he said, come tomorrow in morning in the restaurant. And when we arrived there, he told us the whole story, what was happening with him the previous day. He was feeling so much depressed. He was feeling like he had no friend in the world. And then message came. Your friend has come and he is very hungry. And he is one of the best cooks in Hungary and the only Prabhupada disciple in Hungary. First, actually, sorry, not only. So this was interesting situation. But we all have these situations that Radha and Krishna take care of their devotees in some way. That like that message comes, or you get the information, or Gurudev says something that gives you that spark that you need to continue. So this way, like these deities that came to those people probably came in the right time for the right reason. Yeah, so beautiful. Once Baba said to Bihari, Bihari, let us go to Navadvip. When, Baba? When? Just now. So Bihari lifted Baba on his shoulders and started for Navadvip. As he lifted Baba, he felt that he was lifting a heavy stone. But soon after, he began to feel as he was carrying a thin piece of cloth on his shoulders. Walking all the distance on foot, Bihari reached Navadvip within 9 days. Who can say whether this was due to the miraculous power of Baba or the devotion of Bihari Das to the Guru? So this trip takes almost a month to come there. So when Bihari was passing through the forest of Bhagalapur, he suddenly stopped and began to turn back. Baba asked, "What's the matter, Bihari?" Bihari replied in a low voice, "There is a lion sitting in front." Baba spoke commandingly. No, not a lion, a Parsada, companion of Mahaprabhu, who has come to greet you. As he said this, the lion looked at Baba and disappeared in the forest. The last time Baba went to Navadvip, he decided never to come back to Vrindavana. The news spread all over Vraja that Baba was leaving Vrindavan for good. Nilamani Prabhu, Radhika Kanta Prabhu, and other Vaishnavas, Pandits, and Brajavasis started coming to persuade him not to go. They asked him, "Baba, why are you leaving Vrindavan in your old age?" The question brought about a sudden change in Baba. His eyes were filled with tears, his body trembled, and the hairs of the body stood on ends. He replied in a voice choked with emotion, "I am leaving because I want to pass the last days of my life in Navadvip, at the lotus feet of Gaur-Nitai. I am a lowly person. I do not know how many offenses I have committed. Gaur-Nitai of Navadvip are more merciful than Krishna of Vrindavana. They condone the offenses of the jiva, give him a loving embrace, and accept him as their parshada or companion or servant." On way to Navadvip, Baba stopped at Ambika Kalna to meet his old friend and godbrother, the great saint Bhagavan Das Babaji of Kalna. The scene of their meeting was unique. Never had the persons who were present at the meeting seen such a scene before. On seeing each other, both the saints were so filled with joy that they clasped each other and interlocked in each other's loving embrace, began to roll on the ground in a fit of emotion. This continued for hours. Both seemed to have been in samadhi. It appeared that the samadhi would never break. There was nothing unnatural about it, because it was not a meeting between ordinary persons, but a meeting of hearts between two devotees who had realized Krishna and whose hearts were overflowing with Krishna prema. Prema is so powerful that it makes not only the devotees, but even Krishna rock and roll and dance and in ecstasy. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 3, 18, verse 17. The disciples of the two saints, however, became very anxious. Vishnudas Baba, the foremost disciple of Bhagavan Das, said to Bihari, "It is now 11 p.m. We must do something to bring them back to consciousness. Jagannatha Das Baba must be very tired and hungry after his long journey. He must have something to eat." Bihari said, "Yes, Baba had not had even a morsel of food for the last 3 days." As he said this, he lifted Jagannatha Das Baba in his lap and began to massage his chest. After some time, Baba regained consciousness, and looking at Bihari, he said, "Bihari, have you taken food?" "How can I, Baba, until you have eaten?" "You have not yet taken anything, and it is now 11 o'clock at night." "Night? No, it is evening." Everybody was laughing. Baba stayed with Bhagavan Das Baba for 10 days and then went to Navadvip. On reaching Navadvip, Bihari asked, "Baba, in which ashrama would you stay?" Any ashrama in Navadvip would have gladly welcomed Baba. But Baba said, "I will not go to any ashrama. I will stay under a tree." So he stayed under a tree. After some time, Bihari, with the help of Sri Kedarnath Datta, known as Bhaktivinoda Thakur, purchased a piece of land near the tree and built 2 thatched cottages on it. Later, 3 cottages were built and a boundary wall erected around them by Sri Vanamali Rai Bahadur of Taras. Baba lived here for 32 years. He left the body at the age of 147. There was a Keli Kadamba tree in Baba's ashrama under which he used to sit for meditation and chant Hare Krishna. After Baba's disappearance, the tree began to dry up and its bark fell off. On its naked body, the tree's body, on its naked body appeared the words Hare Krishna, which, though not very distinct, could easily be read. 4 or 5 days before Baba left the body, he said to Bihari, Bihari, you have rendered so much service to me, but I have not yet been able to do anything for you. Today, I will give you 4 or 5 cartloads of wealth. And Bihari said, well said, Baba. You do not have anything except a broken pot, Karava pot. And you will give me cartloads of wealth. Oh, Bihari, you do not understand. I will ask Mahaprabhu, and he will easily arrange. But you let me know whether you want me or wealth. I want you, not wealth, Bihari replied quickly. Baba was happy to hear this. He said, very good, Bihari. By opting for me, by choosing me, you will have me, but not wealth. At the same time, you will not have to suffer for want of anything. You will live for 100 years. Always chant Harinam. Kali will not be able to do any harm to you. You will be blessed with the vision of Gaura Nitai. Nothing is known about the early life of Jagannatha's Baba, except that he had taken Diksha from Sri Jagannatha Goswami of Sringaravat of Vrindavana, and Vaishnava sannyas from Siddha Sri Krishna Das Baba of Govardhan. Baba had a large number of disciples, some of whom became Siddhas. So among his Siddha disciples, the names of the following may be mentioned. Shri Bihari Das Babaji, then Shri Bhagavan Das Babaji, Shri Gaura Das Babaji of Navadvip, Shri Rama Hari Das Babaji of Vrindavana, Shri Nityananda Das Babaji of Varshana, Shri Krishna Das Babaji of Kadamba Kandi. Baba used to give valuable advice to the sadhakas. For instance, he said, you must avoid the company of women or the company of a man who keeps the company of women, or even the company of a man who is in any way associated with the person keeping the company of women. If you want to realize the supreme end, you must repeat Harinam regularly and steadfastly. Regularity is important. It should be maintained even at the cost of one's life. You should not forget Gaura, for he is even more benevolent and merciful than Krishna. Krishna is like a just ruler who takes into account your offenses in his administration of justice. Gaura does not take into account your offenses. While Krishna is interested more in dispensation of justice, Gaura is interested more in dispensation of mercy, kripa. From this point of view, Gaura Kirtana also is more useful than Krishna Kirtana. Gaura Kirtana is, for example, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda. Krishna is the avatar of Dwapar Yuga. Gaura is the avatar of Kali. We should sing the name and the songs of the avatar in whose age we live, just as we sing the praises of the king in whose kingdom we live. So this is the story of Sri Jagannath Das Babaji. So as I told you, you can also find the photos of him in on the internet, because at that time they already had cameras. So how did you like the story? Maybe somebody wants to say something, add something.
This Jagannatha Babaji is disciple was Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He's a very Siddha. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bipin Bihari Goswami disciple, son Bhaktivinoda son is Bhakti Siddha. And his guru was Nityanand family, Bipin Bihari Goswami. And this line starts from that.
Yes.
He was example in that time by his behavior and his bhajan. You read the first line, start from where? One word was very attractive. From where you start? Today you read.
Yes.
You first line.
1 second. $74. So the first line that I was reading today is that the Siddha saints sometimes perform miracles even without knowing or willing. I don't know if you meant. In the state of bhava or ecstasy brought about by stimulation of the sentiment of divine love, miracles happen automatically, because in that state the saint is in tune with the Lord.
You see, this is tune with the Lord. He has no other tuning, only with the Lord. He do, but very detached. Only tune with one.
Yes. Yes, this is that to be in the flow, actually.
He's an observer. It's viewer.
Yeah.
And actually that we allow, that actually we are guided by our Ishtadev.
Yes. Without tuning, realization.
Yes. So beautiful.
Thank
So maybe somebody wants to add something more, or so our next Sangha is Italian Sangha. So I can't stay longer because I have some business meeting after. But I wish you great time in Italian Sangha and that you receive everything that you need. Thank you everyone for listening. So next time we are continuing with the story of one second.
Right?
Sorry?
Bhakti Siddhanta.
Oh, no. Bhaktisiddhanta was actually in the book of Saints of Bengal.
This is
Saints of Vraja. Saints of Vraja.
Right.
Yeah. So they are intertwined somewhere. So actually, next one is Shri Gaur Kishore Shiromani.
Yes. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji.
Yes.
Who is the guru of Bhakti Siddhanta?
Saraswati?
No, Gaur
Yes.
Kishore.
Yes.
He has two gurus. One is, Vipin Bihari Goswami and Gaur Kishore.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Radhe, Radhe.
Radhe, Radhe.
Radhe, 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 Radhe.